What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky Transformers review, we continue with the Studio Series 86 movie figures. This time we're actually going with the number 2 figure, by chance, and it is the Cup figure. Now, Cup was always fun. I did enjoy the Generations version. It came out quite a long time ago at this point, but the Titans Return-ish version, I was definitely not a fan of. Didn't like the way it looked or anything. So this is a good proper Cup. I actually really do dig this. Now, of course, like all the other Studio series, comes in the square box because, well, at least they're making it different than everything else with the rhombus box. And then in there, you get the cool background. We'll look at that here in a minute. Come over here, get the big old 86 on the side. Beautiful artwork of good old Cup Authentic Transformers. Come around to the back, says big screen inspired. Yep, no kidding. Sea Squid Showdown. Yep. So that's when they first fell in the water, and there was the squid, and then they're being attacked. Stuff. And then, let's see. Cup struggles to free himself from the tentacles of a giant squid. That's literally all you got. There's no other better description of that. And then you got Cup here in bot mode and in, future truck mode. Coming on that side, artwork, all things. And you got Deluxe Class, Class A, Deluxe, Deluxe Class A. Clace Delujo. That's cool. 8602, yay. And I think I mentioned this in a different video with the, you know what, I mentioned it in the out the box. So there's a difference between these and the Kingdom packaging. The Kingdom packaging has no window in the top, so it's really hard to see the figure inside, even with the very small window they give you to only barely see that much of the figure. So that's something this one at least goes with, so you get the skylight, as it were, so you can see better inside the packaging. That's something that's kind of important, And let's go ahead and get it out. And of course, you do get instructions, all that kind of jazz. No pun intended. Slight pun intended. I'll pull this out. Actually, the instructions are back in there. I did good with this one. And let's open this up. And yeah, you get very nice, very nice squid. It's a squid thing. It's pretty cool. And of course, if you feel like putting your figure right there, you totally can. Maybe I'll do that later on. But let's go ahead and check him out. There's Cup in his cool space truck or future truck mode. And of course, if you want to see how to get this guy into his truck mode, by all means, go watch the Taro video. It should be linked up above and or at the end, so you can actually go watch that. Pretty cool. His wheels are pretty lame, if I'm honest, so there's nothing going on there. They could have at least painted that some other alternate color. I will notice that his plastics are a little bit different between here and here, and they kind of neglected to continue this grayish color paint. That should have continued there. Get a nice Autobot logo tampoed on there. Paint and tampo there. Windshield is covered, which is something different. And I originally accused this of basically being an Ironhide remold because the chest is so similar. It's very much not that. You can get the cool detail of the back door there. You do have a double tab thing here, which I know that's meant to go there for robot mode. It would be a perfect place to mount the rear gun that he does not come with. You do have visible hands, but they actually just kind of look like stuff. It doesn't really look like anything until you turn him over, and then it's just blatant what's happening here. He's just good at yoga. He's got hidden wheels up under here, which is fine. A couple paint details just sticking out. Yeah, he looks good. So let's compare him to his fellow movie bot, Jazzo. And of course, Cliff Jumper from Siege, or Earthrise, I guess, because he's Earth Car. And then even a good old wheeljack there. And then a hoist. The main reason I'm showing these is because it's a more direct comparison for vehicle mode, and I already have all these guys in vehicle mode. So, it is what it is. So, once again, these guys are deluxes. This is technically a deluxe. That's a deluxe, and that's a Voyager. So, size is very inconsistent between the lines. So, it's kind of messed up, if I'm honest with you. Alright guys, so before we get to transformation, I want to show off that his accessories do function in this mode. I believe the energon thingy goes on just like that, almost like a gas can, which is interesting. And then the gun has a big old tab that will plug in there. Though it does make me sad once again that he doesn't have the cool turret thingy sticking out the back. I do wish they would also paint like taillights. I don't know if he technically should have taillights, but I think he should. They could have put them right there, and they would be hidden in bot mode. So hopefully repro labels will do something about that. But otherwise, I like his vehicle mode. It's actually pretty cool. So let's pull the gun off. Pull that off. And let's get him transformed. So the hardest part for me is getting these side panels off. Also, this feels like the cheapest plastic on the whole thing. I don't even know that it's ABS. If it is, I do not like the feel of it. It feels like an afterthought. Okay, so you kind of have to get all of this unplugged and then even get this wheel to move quite a bit and get that out of there like so, and then you can kind of pull that back out of the way. So if you get the wheel to move far enough, you can just push it out of the slot. If you guys can see that. Come on, there it goes. All right, so we'll just kind of pull these back for the most part. Realize things and just sort of tab them back more or less where they go. I don't know if there's an actual spot that they click into or anything. All right, so this is the thing that's annoying. So the hands are very tightly attached, at least on mine. So Spudgerino is necessary. The first time I transformed this, I had to kind of split it apart and wedge it. So basically what I just did. So bring the arms down. Go ahead and spread the legs a little bit more, like you do. Come to the front. Flip down the knees. Do this, and there's that tab, and then right here you can see the different spots that plugs into. That's actually a very interesting thing. That's something I could not determine on my own when I first tried to transform this. And guys, if you want to see me actually transform these things first time, try to bumble through with no instructions, by all means, go check out the Patreon. Very early plug here. All right, so when you flip this over, you got a tab there. It'll go right there. That's a little bit nicer if you do that. Does this tab? Oh, there's a hole right here that this tabs into. Is it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm stupid. I didn't even know that was there. Okay, so other leg, do the same thing. Flip up, tab down, flip down, tab in. Go ahead and try to flip his feeties out, like so. Same thing over here. And it's something about these leg pieces, these last couple pieces like this and this are the same plastic, and they just don't feel good. So utilize that. Oh, I forgot to do the knee. There we go. So we got both our knees straightened out. So there's our legs, and now we have a Gur cup. Actually, does that work? Hold on. Can we have a little bit of fun with that? Almost. Hold on. I can get the arms out. So you got to get the arms out next anyway. So yeah, pull that out so we can get Gur truck mode. So that tabs into a couple things. I think it just sort of clips in right in here. So there we go. Because you always gotta find a way to make it ridiculous, right? All right. So that was unnecessary but fun. So this whole thing, as you can see, swivels around the big shiny pin part. Go ahead and flip the arm up, and you'll see that this section is different here. So when you rotate it down, the clearance is a little bit more. And then this needs to come down to kind of cover that pin, and then swivel all of that into place like so. Now hopefully I can make more sense of that. So arm straight. You see this area here. I'm going to flip that up, spin it back around. Now you'll notice that the shoulder is shaped differently. And then because of where it is, flip it towards the pin. Then push this in. You see there's a little big tab that'll lock it in place. Like, come on. There. So now the arms are good. Now we come up here, untab this, just a couple quick little tabs. And then we want to unfold the body. And there's a couple tabs up there that will do all of that loveliness. And I was like, yay, I'm cup. Okay. So that actually ended up plugging in down there. Flip up the cup as it were. This part, you want to lay flat. There's a tab right there. Tap that in there. Flip this forward and just chill that out right there. Grab the wheels, flip them inward. And now it gives us, I was going to say these pegs, which line up to those holes. But first, before we do that, we need to bring these down. Tab that in. There's a slot there. I find this to be surprisingly difficult because of the angle. It's not always. There it goes. Alright, get the arms. Good. Right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Had to look at it. Like, alright. Okay. Now for the back, you see this right here. This guy right there needs to go into that slot. So that was the same slot that we unplugged those leg panels from. And this isn't easy, if I'm honest with you. You just kind of have to push it like that. And then like that. Okay, so that will now lock this area here. He's gotten taller. And then do this and done. Done. Backpack is somewhat wonky. Alright. So there we go. Now we got our cup in robot mode. And as it goes, it is definitely the best cup we've ever gotten. Does it mean it's the best cup? No, it does have some issues. Much like, look at these proportions. There is nothing that sticks out past the belt line. He is just a rail thin dude. And I mean, this is black, so it's sort of disappearing on my background. So that's just kind of there, but kind of not. He's just skinny. It's almost like this section needs to slide forward. And to the best of my knowledge, it does not. There's nothing that shifts that forward, even though there's some interesting, like, pin work happening here, but I don't know. Like, this is pinned together, that's pinned together. Almost like the crotch and everything is supposed to move. But, no. Like I said, I wish that this would shove forward a bit more. And if you look at the face sculpt, it looks pretty good, all painted. Except that is definitely going to shed some paint at some point. And also, light piping, because I thought that was a great idea. So his eyes end up just looking dead. If I can split the head open at some point, I'm going to paint the eyes, because it just looks too dead this way. And nothing else really changes. You know, I got all the same things here. You now see a belt, some nice orange paint on the hands. This color's painted on, and not so great clear coat there. And once again, the arms come off for reasons. I literally do not know why the arms come off. And you got the shoulders. So one thing I have a problem with is the shoulders sit so low. That just seems ridiculous, and this doesn't rotate to a place that is useful. Also, speaking of rotation, you can. Kicks forward, fine. Knee joint is ratcheted, but only gets you to there, just due to the way it is designed. Can do Jean-Claude. Wait, does he legs come off too, huh? Is there a gimmick that I just don't know about? Like, why are his arms and legs and stuff able to just come apart? There's got to be something I just don't get. Like, arms and legs both come off, like, easily. Like, it's either a flaw or on purpose. I don't know. So, little bits there. You got the wheels sticking out the front. Little toesies that flip down. Once again, this is the crappy feeling plastic. He does have an ankle rocker here somewhere. There it is. So he can get in an okay stance. So these pieces will annoy the bejesus off you. Like so. Good old man. And we've got the gun. And you can use that tab one way or the other. You know, it's up to you. Somewhat hollow, but decent mold. And as far as I know, there's no weapon storage in this mode, but I mean, maybe there's somewhere you can put it, or some. I didn't see anything in the instructions, but considering how little I actually paid attention to them, you know. And also, this just looks like there should be a piece that covers that and gives them a butt. He just has nothing going on back here. It's very Hank Hill in that manner. Okay, and then we have the Energon Pez dispenser, I believe is what this technically is. Because if I remember correctly, they use a little piece of Energon to entice the Sharkticons. Just painted in this ugly green. Why they made it hollow instead of just a box, I don't know. It's just so stupid. And you can have him hold it. Just however you want to. I mean, it just is what it is. Also, any weapon storage for that. I wouldn't call it weapon, but you know what I mean. I don't believe you can store that either, because it would plug in here, kind of. But the fact that you can hold it is good. So you get that number, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and get comparisons out of the way. Can get this foot. I keep knocking this part. That is a problem. All right, so Jazz is our only other Studio Series figure. And you can see he's shorter than Cup, which is surprising, in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. They're both the same size figure, or same class of figure. And we'll bring in the only other bot I've got handy for robot mode, and that's the Siege Prime, which seems okay in my opinion, as I'm kind of using some of these as stand-ins. Now, something that's different about these bots compared to, I would say, the Siege and the Earthrise and such, they clean up a lot better. Like, he has virtually no kibble. And except for the oddness here, virtually no kibble. There's no extra bits just hanging off and making their proportions look funny or anything like that. They are all around good. So, in a way, I feel like this is their actual attempt to give us a good redone G1 series of figures. It's really strange. But I think it's what they're going for. I mean, I know it's all Studio 86 or Movie 86 related, but that's a perfect excuse. I mean, I know we get a whole lot of bots that don't make it through the movie, but there's no reason they can't give us good figures of them, And there he is on the big squid background. I vaguely remember that part. I think it's when they first land on the... Wait, they don't go to the planet of junk. They end up on the Quintesson planet. That's right. I forgot. Sorry, I thought we just kind of late. His arm got blown off. It's been a minute since I've seen the 86 movie, but I barely remember this. But, like I said, as it goes, this is a good version of Cup. Definitely the best version of Cup I've ever gotten. I would have liked his mouth to be molded open, because he was generally complaining. I think that would have been cool. Maybe a Sigar, because he is the old Coot, as it were. I bring that up because Coot is the Fan Toys version of this guy. And I think it's one of the best ones. Maybe not transformation engineering-wise, but looks-wise. But guys, that's going to be it for this review. Make sure you do the like and subscribe thing. Speaking of subscribing, like 82% of y'all who are watching these videos are not subscribed. Hit the frickin' button down there. For the love of God, it's not that hard. Please, it all goes to help grow the channel, and I need all the growth I can get. The goal is 10,000 within the next couple months, and it's only up to you guys to make it happen. And of course, if you want to support in other ways, we have the Patreon, and the Patreoneers got to see this guy first, as I did the out-the-box review. So they got to see that, and they actually see the initial reaction, me trying to transform it, and fumbling very greatly until I finally give up and get the instructions, which is kind of funny, in my opinion. But guys, I will catch you next time. Remember, as always, to keep on nerding.